Do you know that you have an image of yourself inside? When you stand in front of a mirror, you see a reflection of the physical you. But that's not the real you. You have a picture of yourself in your mind. Do you know Dr. Maxwell Maltz wrote a book back around 1960. It was called Self-Image Psychology, Psycho-Cybernetics. It's a phenomenal book. He said it was the greatest discovery of his generation. He was a cosmetic or reconstructive surgeon, and he found he would do work on people. He might have done a nose job or removed a terrible scar. And he noticed that when he did that, there was a phenomenal change in their personality. But he noticed with others, he would make a phenomenal physical change and there was no change in their personality. And that led him to postulate that we have two images. We have the one that's coming back from the mirror, but we've got an inner image. And that inner self-image is literally controlling our life. You will find people that have a very poor self-image or low self-esteem. They won't look you straight in the eye. They're afraid to shake hands with you. They're very shy and withdrawn. They go through life hiding from life. They don't like themselves. They don't know themselves. Do you know when a person improves their self-image, they change their entire life? Their income changes, their relationship changes, their health changes. And do you know how you do that? Start studying you. Start to find out more about you. There's something phenomenal about you. Do you know when I began to study this material 57 years ago, I had very poor self-image. I had low self-esteem. I took dumb jobs. I never earned any money. I never had fun. I had poor relationships. And as I started to study real solid information, everything in my life started to improve. I've got friends all over the world today. I earn millions of dollars. I'm in my 80s and I got as much energy as a person in their 30s. Do you see, when you start to understand really who you are, you're God's highest form of creation. There's things about you that just about blow your mind as you start to study and really understand them. You'll walk a little taller. You'll stand a little straighter. And you know something? You'll enjoy a whole lot more of life. You might go and buy the book, Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. It's a classic. Maltz is gone, God bless him, but he sure did leave us something. Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz.
All right. Happy Sunday and welcome to day 7 and the last day of our Smiling from the Inside Out challenge for dentists. Welcome here again. It's a beautiful day today, Sunday. I hope you have an amazing weekend with your family, doing what you love. Share with me in the chat, what did you do today? Are you watching this live or are you watching a replay? Let me know. Today is the last day, but it's one of the most important days too. We're going to talk about self-image, a topic that's so important for helping you to know who you are, why you were born, why you do what you do, who you were born to be. All right. Thank you again for joining me in this challenge for this whole week here. I'm so happy and grateful to help to share with you how amazing your marvelous mind is and how you understand how your mind work will really can change the way you think, and then in turn will change your life and all area, all aspect of your life. We review the last 6 days. It was a long challenge, an hour a day with everyone here. So first day we have how to set the goal, how to set a C-type goal so big, so beautiful that you never done before. If you want it so much, remember the only requirement is do you want it or not. That is only this decision. The only requirement. What is it that you really, really want? Day two, we're talking about the mind, your mind, my mind, and how it works. Your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, which control 96% of your life, and your body, where all the action is happening from following what your subconscious mind tell you. Day three, we talk about fear and faith. We talk about anxiety. We talk about burnout, stress, and all of that we're hearing in the dental world. Day four, we talk about decision, how to make a decision from where you are with what you got, and the universe will bring to you anything you need, your resource, your people, the money, anything you need, as long as you take the action toward the dream and your goal. And only when you focus on your goal, your C-type goal, is when you grow yourself. And that's when you draw inside of you something that you don't even know that you have. That's the only time. If you're working on your A and your B goal, and it's a routine, it's a sideway. We're living in bondage. You're not inspiring. You're not feeling great. You're not excited every single day. You're not living. And you're not smiling from the inside out. It is because of that. And I share with you my story, why I do what I do now, why I rewired to be a Procter & Gallagher consultant now, working with dentists from all over the world. So now I want to share with you so you can tap into this knowledge and you can use it, you can apply it. And if you actually do the work an hour a day for the last 6 days, you already have some breakthrough. I have a lot of attendees that reach out to me one-on-one to share with me their goals, to share with me what they've learned. I want you to go into the WhatsApp group and the Facebook group too, to share so that everyone else can see, can learn from each other. That is a supportive community from dentists who want to smile more, who want to create more freedom, mental freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. Yesterday, we talked about how we can work together and then how we can use all the information here, like I shared with you in the last week. But on an ongoing basis, for 6 months, you can achieve goal that you want for maybe 1 year, 5 year, 10 year. For me, it was 20 years. I got it faster, 20 years faster. I have a client that achieved goal that they wanted for 10 years within 6 months. Whatever it is that you really want, if you can tell me what you want from your heart, I will help you to get it. I do what it takes. I will show you. We use the same process here on a daily basis. And then we'll meet like this weekly in a Zoom. And then you will get your goal way faster, whether it's double your income, multiply your income, making your monthly income, your daily income, or vibrant health, get married, have kids, travel the world, move to your dream location, open a business, sell your business, whatever it is that you want, that's your heart desire. You can do that and I can help you. Today, we're going to talk about the number one topic is you. We talk about you. You and your marvelous mind and who you are. And then when you understand who you are, why you're here, you're going to be able to transform your life, breakthrough, and change your life. You understand your self-image. What is a self-image? You can understand why you do what you do, and then you can change, you can create a new self-image of who you want to be, who you want to become. And you can reach that goal way faster. So now, self-image. What is a self-image? When you look at your mirror, you can see your image in your mirror, and someone look at you, they see your image. But we have two self-image. We have an outer image. Self-image is the image you look at yourself. When you look at the mirror or someone else look you from the outside, who you are, what you dress, how you walk, how you eat. But the inner self-image is an internal view. How do you see yourself? How do you view yourself? How you perceive yourself? How you think about yourself? How do you believe about yourself? No one can see that. You are the only one. And it's a thermostat that's holding you at a certain level in all areas. Your income, your health, your relationship, your growth, your impact. And you cannot outperform your self-image. It's like a file cabinet that stores all the story in your life. Every mistake, every rejection, every success, every time you fail, it's going to tell you, it's going to hold there. And you will attract to you what you believe about yourself. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about the world around you? Who are you beyond your name and your body? You're not your name. You are a soul. You have an intellect and you have a body. You move into your body and you will leave your body when you exit the world. So how do you perceive yourself? You see yourself as good enough, worthy, amazing, or not good. You see yourself as a failure, as a success in all areas of your life. You have a good habit or you have bad habit. And you're asking for permission, you're seeking validation, you're asking your husband, your wife on what to do. So from today on, with the knowledge you know up to this point, you can write your new story of who you are and who you want to become. There's a question come up a lot about the confusion between self-image and identity. I want to clear it up now to help you from all the questions I have. And if you have any question, put in the chat also. So identity is the hat we wear. You're a mom, you're a dad, you're a husband, wife, you're a son, you're a dentist, you're a doctor, you're a coach, you're a CEO. That's the identity. We have multiple identity. And your self-image are each, you have your self-image in each of those identity. The way you view yourself as a husband, how you view yourself as a dentist, how you view yourself as a wife, as a son, as a CEO, how you talk to yourself. And then within the self-image, there's two parts, the outer image, how you dress, how you eat, how you walk, how people see you, how you see yourself in the mirror. And then the inner image is how you see yourself from the inside. You can look confident, look beautiful on the outside, but sometimes you're beating yourself up for the inside. I used to do that. I didn't understand this inner image. Let me show you how it was formed. Okay, I've been sharing from the last 6 days. I want to share it again right here. So this is, can you see it? All right, good. Now, this is the slide I share on day 2 about paradigm. Your mind. This is the representation of your mind here. It's a big circle on the top, and there's a small circle on the bottom of your body. The top is your big circle. They have a conscious mind here, but they have a subconscious mind here also. But as a baby from newborn, or maybe even in your mom's tummy, up until 6-7 years old, you don't have a conscious mind yet. You can't even make a conscious decision to choose what you want to think. What do you want to believe? So everything that's happening in your environment will go directly to your baby's subconscious mind. And then, if without changing anything, it will carry until now. And then it controls 96% of everything you do. And that's include your self-image, who you think you are. Can you imagine that? So I found out about this when I was 46 years old, 9 years ago. And I look at myself growing up within, right after the Vietnam War. Everything outside was chaos, lack, poverty, limitation. It goes straight to my subconscious mind. That was the self-image that I have. I was very shy. I was very timid. I wouldn't speak up. I wouldn't say what I want to say. I wouldn't share what I want to share. I wouldn't express myself. I wouldn't cry when I want to cry. I wouldn't laugh when I want to laugh. That was me. So think about your little life, how it was. What kind of environment you're growing up to. It is just to notice that and have an awareness. We got this from our parent, from cultural teacher, from our babysitter, our neighbor. Whatever happening on the outside goes straight to your subconscious mind. That is how you build your self-image from a very young age. Without understanding this material, you will carry on until this day with all the information from your past. And then it's still controlling who you are, what you do every single day. And now you're trying to get more business coaching, dental coaching, more marketing, more new patient, trying so many different ways. You try to change something on the outside. Whereas everything on the outside, your result, is from what you think on the inside. It's an inside job. You see why it's frustration coming from? You try to change something from the outside, and you have control of that. Whereas the one thing that you have control is your self-image, how you think, how you feel, how you act. It's in you. Now you know how your mind works. You have full control and you're responsible for doing the change. We saw this slide before. I bring it up again because it's so important. You as an infant, you hearing the radio, other people talking, TV, newspaper, everything that go out around your mom. We go straight to her tummy and go to you as an embryo. It's a baby even before you were born. Your subconscious mind is already there. It's absorbing that all in you. They call it genetic conditioning, and then also it called environment conditioning. That's why you look like your mom, look like your dad. And then the environment after that will program who you are. Everything you believe, everything going around you. But now fast forward to today. Are you still allowing radio, other people, TV, news, and the paper programming you? Are you still listening to the outside? Or are you listening to something that you really want from the inside out? Now, you're not a baby anymore. You have conscious mind. You can choose. You can choose. You see that? You can choose. So whatever I share with you, you can accept it. You can reject it. You can just ignore it. It's your choice. And it's all up to you. So I listened to the same information from Bob. Never heard before. Kind of crazy idea. As I told you, it was like he took my head off and shook it and then put it back. And like, what was this? But then I start to allow myself to believe in what he shared. I start to dream more. I start to put down my fantasy on my goal. I start to follow that. I start to impress on my subconscious mind. What is it that I wanted? I only think about what I want. And now I'm living the life that I desire. I have the mental freedom. I have financial freedom. I have time freedom. I'm doing exactly what I love to do every single day. I spend time with the people I love every single day. And I get to work with amazing people who are looking for growth, like you guys here in this group. And all the coaches from all over the world. That is the choice that I made. I accept it. So if you already spend 1 hour a day, each day up until this point, accept that idea. Remember the fly story, your way doesn't work. If you try everything in the world, you try so many things, it didn't work. It was because of this. Because you did not change your paradigm. And this is the only thing that controls 95% of our life. And you don't change it, how is your result can change? So there's a book, Cybernetic and Paradigm, that Bob is reading and teaching. This is the one core thing I want to bring out and explain to you so you understand this too. The cybernetic and paradigm are both control systems that operate essentially on the same principle. Both maintain a definite course of action and will not deviate from the course that has been established. You must alter the paradigm to achieve the result that you desire. So your self-image is just like the thermostat in your house. If you have air conditioning, when your house get hot, you're gonna go to there, you dial up, you turn it up to 70 degrees. And it's set at that 70 degree. If someone open the door and then cold air come in and make it cold, it's gonna bring it up to 70 degree. If it's a hot day, right? The hot air from outside coming in, make it go to 80, and then the cybernetic kick in and bring it down to 70. So whoever you are, you think you are right now, is controlling your income. We're taking income for one reason. Like, look at your income for the last 5 years. If it's the same in the last 5 years, because of that's the cybernetic in control. That's month that you can go really good, and then the next month is like this, and then at the end it's just balanced out because the thermostat is setting it maybe $50,000 a month or $50,000 a year. But if you reset that thermostat to $100,000 a month, and you accept that with your subconscious mind, with belief, and you're gonna take action so that it will be at that level. You have to think thought of $100,000 a month. Same thing with your health. If you want to have a healthy cell body, you gotta set your level. Think of yourself as the healthiest person, and you're gonna act like that. You're gonna vibrate like that. You're gonna believe yourself like that from the inside. So right here, I want to make an example of this. A lot of people want to go into a diet to lose weight. But guess what? After the New Year resolution, everything go back. Why? Because you didn't change the paradigm. You didn't change the root cause. The root cause is your thinking, your paradigm. When a person who is overweight goes on a diet without altering their self-image, any weight loss will be temporary and you're going to gain it back. So we don't call it, you want a weight loss. We want to release the weight for good. The self-image, being a cybernetic instrument, it measures the deviation from the set goal and immediately correct the course. The weight that was lost is found again. But when you reset a new healthy self-image of who you are, you make decisions from that level. How does she walk? How does she eat? How does she exercise? How do you diet? How do you think about yourself? How do you see yourself? Your body will do the same. Your body will listen to it. And you take action. And your result will stay the same. And the weight it lost is permanent. It's a release. Sometimes you don't need the diet. Anything that's extra will cast it out by itself because your body will listen to what your mind telling it to do. When you understand the mind and how the mind works. So the example for a child self-image, when a kid have poor grade in school, the kid will believe that they are not very bright, and of course receive a report card that reflect their poor self-image. That was me in the back there. I have very bad grade in school. And then guess what? My parent would be unaware of the real problem that I have. Give up my activity and then make me study. My grade will improve, but it's a temporary improve. I never change my self-image. Guess what? The poor grade go up and it's going to go back down to the same level of who I think I was. So this is go on and on and on until I know who I am and create a new self-image of who I think I am, who I believe I am. Then the result will be permanent. So now let's bring you back to the true you versus the false you concept that I learned from a book. It's called Power Jump. With the understanding that the environment that you grew up with at your young age will affect your belief about yourself, about the world. So the true you isn't a future version of yourself waiting to be built or discovered. It's the real you. It's the version of you that were born. But then the world told you something else. It programmed you with things that's not really you. And the false you is the mistaken identity. It's not real. From what people say about you, from people, from rejection, from all the things that happen outside of you. And they tell you about who you are, and you thought that was true. But that's not real. Now that you know who you really are, you can change that. And I have some step here I can show you how to, just like the last 6 days. I want to show you, if you're willing to do the work right now, put out a sheet of paper, you can improve your self-image. You can work on yourself, you can change yourself. You can vibrate from a frequency of who you want to be. Because right now, up until this point, you might be operating from the wrong belief about yourself, and it's not your fault. Whoever programmed you didn't know who you are. All the past happening create a belief in you about who you are. But you can change that, and you 100% responsible for the change. No one else can. How would you feel if you already achieve your goal? Do you know who you are? So when you study you, you understand you. When you understand you, you understand everyone else, because we are all the same. So as I told you about Mark Proctor's book, you were born rich. You were born with everything you need inside of you to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. But what happened? We call it life happened. But really, because when you start to go to school, you have to listen to the news. You start to listen to the neighbor, to teacher sometimes too. School is amazing, but doesn't teach us about paradigm, about belief. You accept false belief from family, from parents. They did the best they could with what they knew. But they are not you. They didn't know who you are. They programmed you with their belief. And those are paradigms that hold you back. You were raised to believe a certain thing about money. about selling, about success, about money. Remember we talked about that. There were so many wrong beliefs that I grew up with and I carry it with me and that reflect in my result. So when I start to study this and understand, I create a new self-image of who I am. And if you don't like it, you can change. Anything that you don't like, you can change. And you keep growing on what is it that you like, you love. What is your strength? What is it that you really good at? There's something very unique about you. That there's no second one like you. Keep growing on that and focus on that. It will replace any bad image about you, who you are, negative thought. So how do you see yourself? And how do you create a new self-image? So look at your goal. Remember, look at your goal that you wrote right here. Who are you who already have that goal? What kind of decision he made? Who did he hang out with? How does he walk? How does he eat? You're going to pull out a sheet of paper right now and write your life story from now. 1 month from now, 2 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. How do you see yourself? That's a question we get to ask a lot. When you go to interview, how do you see yourself in 5 years? That is the vision of you. How do you want to live? How you love to live your life. And you write it down. That is a self-image script of who you want to be. That's the story of your life. And you are the main character. So now, looking back at who you are right now, so most, as dentists right now, without understanding this is my story, without understanding self-image, without understanding everything is an inside job from the inside, I try to change everything else outside. More marketing, more new patient, more procedure. There's nothing change because I didn't change. Whereas when I understand this material, this is so easy, it's so effortless because it's an inside job. When I hold that image of who I am, who I want to be, and I vibrate from there, and I tell that little voice to shut up, and I let myself dream, and I let myself heal from the inside out, then I start taking aligned action. Not like that fly. I take out my mask. Not just the dental mask, the mask that the lie that I tell myself. And I look deep inside myself. So you can stop the burnout that your human is suffering. And you can express your higher self, your spiritual DNA is perfect. Your higher self wanted to express itself, wanted to have that goal that you want. But your human doesn't want to do that. It want to hold you back. So you're in conflict. You want to grow, but you can't. You want to grow, you want to teach. And that is the easiest and fastest change is to change you. You cannot change anything around you. Very hard. You cannot change your wife, your staff, your patient. But you can change you because you have full control. How you think, how you feel, and how you act. The most important thought is your self-thought. What do you tell yourself? What are you telling yourself every single day? And remember, change happens from the inside out. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And then it happens from the invisible side that no one else can see but you. Your goal and your dream is only available to you because you are the one who can dream about it. And you're the only one who can bring it out to the world. So ask yourself that question. When do you want to make a decision to change? Because if you don't, it would not happen. I want to share with you one of another amazing video from Bob right here.
Who am I? Well, I think what we want to do is drop all the barriers and start to realize who we are. I am a spiritual being. That's who I am. I have an intellect. That's something I have. I live in a physical body. Now think of this. Your spiritual DNA is perfect. It's perfect. That's the core of who you are, right in the center of your conscience. It's perfect. That doesn't require any modification. It doesn't require any improvement. There is absolute perfection within us. Everything that you can imagine, you can do. And even those things you haven't imagined yet. Now think. You're a spiritual being, spirit's all-knowing. Where's all the knowledge? Omnipresent. Where's that? In you. That's why Madame Montessori said we approach school the wrong way. We send kids to school like they're an empty cup, hoping the school will fill the cup. She said the truth says the cup's already full. Their responsibility is to teach a student how to let it come out of the cup. You've already got it all. All the knowledge you'll ever need, you've already got. Every answer to every question, you've already got. So what's the trick? The trick is to become aware of what you've got. Become aware of who you are. We're talking about you. You are unique. There's nothing anywhere like you. Get this. This will blow your mind. You are a necessary part of the whole scheme of things because in your absence, nothing would move in the order it moves in. Nothing.
All right. I hope you like that video that Bob explained more about who you are and your true self-image. So when you apply the concept of the mind, how your mind work, and you understand the biggest awareness it is that aware of why you do what you do, who you are, what you believe. And that directly related to your result. So your outside result is from your inside thought, what you think on the inside, what you believe, and what you believe was started from a very young age. Now looking back, you can understand why. There's a lot of things that we heard growing up, and it become our self-image, and it stay in your subconscious mind, and it's in turn control 96% of what we do every single day. If you don't change that, every day you're going to run into the same problem again. And you're going to be like me in the past. I tried to change everything from the outside with no result because my inside didn't change. My thought didn't change. My thinking, my self-image, the way I view myself is not the same. But now I changed that thermostat. I changed that thermostat of who I want to be. How worthy I am. How I want to live. and everything will change to what I want. So you can do the same. Remember, we have the same mind. If you follow this process up until now, every single day, you will understand and you can be applied and how to change your own self-image. Remember, looking back at day 2, what was the number 2 limiting belief that's holding back from your goal right now? Change that. What is the number 2 fear on day 3 that hold you back? You can move to those fear, change that. What decision that you really want to make, but you couldn't, change that. What was money belief that hold you back from what you want for yourself, for your family? Change that. And then now, is there anything that you don't like about yourself when you look at the mirror? The way you feel yourself? Change that. You know the process now. You need to practice. You need to practice. So this process I gave you for the last 7 days, you can apply right now and have a breakthrough on that goal that you wrote down. But if you want to look into more way of how to do it faster with my help, I invite you to book a call with me. We can talk more about this. We can help you. You can identify what it is and you change the self-image, change how you see yourself from the inside. Have that awareness. Have a desire of who you want to be, how you want to live. Make a committed decision and follow through. I have the link in the chat right now. I have the link in the WhatsApp, also in the email. So remember what I asked you on day 4, put a hand on your heart and ask yourself, what is it that you really want? So that you can smile again from the inside out. Book a call with me. It'll be one of the best conversations that you will have in your life. It was for me. And I want to thank you for joining me here. Whether you are live here or whether you are on the replays, reach out to me, ask me any question, and then follow my content, follow my Facebook group for dentists who smile again. And I really look forward to talking to you. Thank you again, and have an amazing Sunday. I look forward to talking to you next week. I opened up my calendar so that you can book a call with me. Again, thank you. If you have a question, put it in the chat. Let me know. Good night.